join me in lighting our chalice. The words are found in your order of service. We gather this hour
as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
This morning will be a bit different. It's another poem by Mary Oliver, worthy of our attention this summer of zest. My only apology is that I will read about the wrong season, but maybe it'll cool you off. This is a poem of such zest, The Storm. Now through the white orchard, my little dog romps, breaking the new snow with wild feet, running here, running there, excited, hardly able to stop. He leaps, he spins, until the white snow is written upon in large, exuberant letters, a long sentence expressing the pleasures of the body in this world. Oh, I could not have said it better myself. Take a few moments of quiet. Reverend J.D. Jackson.
Good morning. Good morning. Before I get started, I wanted to acknowledge a few friends who came today. I won't make you stand up or anything, but some friends from my former pastorate at Salem, and another good friend who I just met from cyberspace to face recently. So thank you all for being here. This morning, I want to speak to you from the subject, Zestfully Clean. Zestfully Clean. When I was told of the subject for the month, I don't know if Kathy told me or if it was Charlotte, but many things came to my mind. And of course, there are numerous quotes that surround zest. Many of you can relate to beauty. So the first quote is from Christian Dior, who says, "Zest is the secret of all beauty. There's no beauty that is attractive without zest." And then, of course, my friends who know that I'm a foodie know that I could, of course, not talk about zest without going to thoughts of recipes and fancy restaurants. And when they call for the lemon or orange zest, what we all know that references. So that being said, I have a quote from Norman Vincent Peale. If you don't get that now, you'll get it on your way home. But Norman Vincent Peale, if you have zest and enthusiasm, you attract zest and enthusiasm. Life does give back in kind. And of course, my favorite, hence the title of the message today. If you watch TV at all, you know the Zest soap commercial. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. You can laugh at that too. It's okay. Nevertheless, we all know that having zest in life is a good thing. Not everyone has or can maintain zest for life. On this past week, we suffered the tragic loss in the entertainment field in the person of Chester Bennington. Chester was the lead singer of the rock group Linkin Park. What makes this so tragic is the fact that Chester, at only 41 years of age, took his own life. Even more tragic is Chester ended his life on the birthday of his idol, his friend and colleague, Chris Cornell, who also ended his life just in May. Ironically, one of the hit songs that Chester and his band were known for, titled "In the End," contained these lyrics. "I tried so hard, I got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter." Sadly, these lyrics mirror the lives of so many today. O.J. Simpson, who was all over the news this past week with his parole hearing, can be seen as one of these lives that had gone so far, yet had to fall. Yet no matter where we are in life, there is always the opportunity, if we don't give up, if we hang in there, we can write a new chapter of our lives. Today and every day of your life, you are standing on the threshold of a new beginning. You just have to hang in there. As you are poised daily to write the next chapter, you indeed should look back on the achievements and those great things that have taken place. Yet you just can't look back at those achievements alone. If you are true to yourself, then you also look back on some of the setbacks. There's a gospel song. And of course, you know I'm a preacher, so I had to bring the gospel in there some way or another. But the gospel song says, "I've had some good days, I've had some hills to climb. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my weary days, so I won't complain." Yet no matter how long you choose to reminisce, you will most likely in time find yourself in anticipation of what is to come. Just like with those new endeavors or rites of passage, you will be at a point where you have thoughts on the possibilities of greatness. If you are moving forward, you should be in a mindset to have expectations of greatness. We should maintain hope for something good on the horizon. On the other hand, we should take note to maintain hope, knowing that those without hope are often lost causes. The sick patient without hope typically doesn't last long. Those without hope end up in shallow and empty situations. Yes, we must have hope. Being in the gardening season, We can equate maintaining hope to maintaining our gardens and our lawns. Every gardener knows that planting seeds is the easy part of having a garden. Yet maintaining the garden with weeding is much more of a time-consuming task. And of course, it's hard work. Yet someone once stated, when weeding, the best way to make sure you're removing a weed and not a valuable plant is to pull on it. If it comes out of the ground easily, it is a valuable plant. And of course, the corollary to that truth, to distinguish flowers from weeds, simply pull up everything. What grows back is a weed. Yes, gardening and maintaining a home can be as hard work as you can imagine. Yet you can't give up. You must keep hanging on, maintain your garden and your homes. Yet some of us might like to give up. Some of you may even relate to an unknown homemaker who wrote these words. I don't do windows because I love birds and I don't want one to run into a clean window and get hurt. I don't wax floors because I'm terrified a guest will slip and get hurt. Then I'll feel terrible. Plus they may sue me. I don't disturb cobwebs because I want every creature to have a home of their own. I don't spring clean because I love all the seasons and don't want the others to get jealous. I don't put things away because my husband will never be able to find them again. I don't do gourmet meals when I entertain because I don't want my guests to stress over what I make and what they will do when I come over to visit them. I don't iron because I choose to believe them when they say permanent press. And finally, I don't pull weeds in the garden because I don't want to get in God's way. He's an excellent designer. I doubt that anyone likes pulling weeds, including God. Yet pulling weeds is an important part of a successful and fruitful life. Think of it as good hygiene. You don't want to leave your home without brushing your teeth or using your deodorant. Sometimes those secrets can tell on you. Sometimes your right guard can go left. Again, you can laugh at that as well. No, you aren't fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. Having that zest for life is important. Having that zest for life can put us on the road to success or greatness in all that we do and all that we say, and within all of both our individual and our collective lives. Having that zest while moving within the will of God will have the potential to achieve greatness, and we should expect it. Likewise, we should maintain that zest for life with those people we deal with on a regular basis. Again, as Peele said, if you have zest and enthusiasm, you attract zest and enthusiasm. Our family, our friends, our church, our workmates, they are all our areas of influence. Each time we see them, we have the opportunity to sow seeds into their lives. We need to make sure that we follow the planter's example of planting the seed in the correct way. If we do this, there's potential to see godly fruit in these individuals' lives. Charles Spurgeon, the famous theologian, once said, "Do what you do thoroughly, pray over it heartily, and leave the results to God." He believed, like I do, that God can take whatever we have and do in His will, no matter how small, and turn it into something great. We just have to put it in His hands and expect greatness. Times may seem rough, but don't quit. Hang on. Keep on pressing on. We must determine what God's individual purpose is for our lives. Know that your purpose may not be that of your friends and family, or even your children or your parents. As long as we are doing our part, growing seeds in our sphere of influence, we never have to worry about what lies on the other side. There's a story told, and I may have told this before, but there was a man who turned to his doctor as he was preparing to leave the examination room. He said to the doctor, "Doctor, I'm afraid to die. Tell me what lies on the other side." Very quietly, the doctor said, "I don't know." The patient responded, "You don't know? You, a God-fearing man that goes to church every Sunday. You do not know what's on the other side?" The doctor at the time was holding the handle of the door, on the side of which came a sound of a scratching and whining. And as he opened the door, a dog sprang into the room and leaped on him with exuberance. Turning to the patient, the doctor said, "Did you notice my dog? He's never been in this room before. He didn't know what was inside. He knew nothing except that his master was there. And when the door opened, he sprang in without fear." The doctor went on to say, "I know little of what is on the other side of death, but I do know one thing. I know that my Creator, my Master, is there, and that is enough for me." I want you to know that each day as we stand on the threshold of a new beginning, we don't have to fear what's on the other side. We only have to put it in our Creator's hands, and that is enough. I just stopped by today to offer you encouragement for the journey ahead. Some would say that that journey is a marathon, yet I want to let you know today that this journey in your life is less a marathon, but more like a sprint or a series of sprints. There will be many stops and starts, yet your job is to run the race in whatever form it comes in. Just keep moving. At each and every different phase of your journey, you should also take time out during that race to stop and smell the roses. Take time out to pause and reflect on both the joys and those moments when things are less than enjoyable. During those less than enjoyable moments, you will notice that there is something within those which offers a growth opportunity. There's a saying that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And this is true. Yet every time you wake up and get up, you should take that as a message that you are here for a reason. You are alive not to just exist, but alive to make a difference. Not just a difference in your life, yet a difference in the lives of others too. We see in the daily breaking news and headlines where there are those who are living their lives with very little regard to others. Yet we should all endeavor to live our lives like the old song which says, "If I can help somebody as I travel along, if I can cheer someone with a word or song, if I can help somebody from doing wrong, no, my living shall not be in vain." And I want to let you know today that your living does not have to be in vain. You are here for a divine purpose. The famous author Charles Dickens wrote the book titled Great Expectations, and many of us start out on our various journeys with an outlook of great expectations. Yet in reality, life has its twists and turns, and we can oftentimes find ourselves in moments of reflection and our lives being more in line with the opening lines of that other Dickens book, A Tale of Two Cities, which says it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And yes, like Dickens, we are in a paradox of our age. Dr. Bob Moorhead, former pastor of Seattle's Overlake Christian Church, says it this way: "We have taller buildings but shorter tempers, wider freeways but narrower viewpoints. We spend more but have less. We buy more but enjoy it less. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences yet less time. We have more degrees but less sense, more knowledge but less judgment, more experts yet more problems. We have more gadgets but less satisfaction, more medicine yet less wellness. We take more vitamins but we see fewer results. We drink too much, smoke too much, spend too recklessly, laugh too little, drive too fast, get too angry too quickly, stay up too late, get up too tired, read too seldom, watch TV too much, and pray too seldom. We have multiplied our possessions but reduced our values. We fly in faster planes to arrive there quicker, to do less and return sooner. We sign more contracts only to realize fewer profits. We talk too much, love too seldom, and lie too often. We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've added years to life, not life to years. We've been all the way to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet the new neighbor. We've conquered outer space, but not inner space. We've done larger things, but not better things. We've cleaned up the air, but polluted the soul. We split the atom, but not our prejudice. We write more, but learn less. Plan more, but accomplish less. We make faster planes, but longer lines. We learn to rush, but not to wait. We have more weapons, but less peace. Higher incomes, but lower morals. More parties, but less fun. More food, but less appeasement. More acquaintances, but fewer friends. Hello, Facebook. More effort, but less success. We build more computers to hold more information, to produce more copies than ever, but have less communication. We drive smaller cars that have bigger problems, build larger factories that produce less. We become long on quantity, but short on quality. These are the times of fast food and slow digestion. Tall men, but short character. Steep in profits, but shallow in relationships. These are times of world peace, but domestic warfare. More leisure and less fun. Higher postage, but slower mail. More kinds of food, but less nutrition. These are the days of two incomes, but more divorces. These are the times of fancier houses, but broken homes. These are the days of quick trips, disposable diapers, cartridge living, throwaway morality, one-night stands, overweight bodies, and pills that do everything from cheer to prevent, quiet, or kill. It's a time when there's much in the show window and nothing in the stockroom. Indeed, these are the times. Yet I say, even with the times being what they are, you can still make a difference if you maintain that zest for life. These days, few are actually doing what they were born and called to do. Yet you can be the change that you and others have been looking for. In the Bible, Ecclesiastes 9:11 tells us that the race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the ones who endure to the end. So I say to you today, from this day forward, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, in plenty or in want, hang on. Don't lose your zest. In times of chaos, don't lose your zest. In times of conflict, hang on and don't lose your zest. In times of despair as well as happiness, hang on and don't lose your zest. We're all vulnerable to physical illnesses, emotional distresses, relational breakdowns, economic stresses, spiritual crises, feeling sorry for ourselves and having that pity party. Yet in these times, that's when we need to hang on and maintain our zest for life. So I say to you, stay alive. Maintain a healthy attitude. Don't ever lose your zest for life, and life won't lose its zest for you. Daily say something positive when you look in the mirror, and also something positive to those you encounter on a daily basis. And never forget, you're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. God bless you.
our chalice. The words are in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts as we are together again. Go with zest. Thank you, Julie.
They gonna be on stage 2 minutes?
Actually, I have 1 o'clock. Good.
Join us for worship every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Canandaigua, a welcoming congregation. We are located at 3024 Cooley Road, 4 miles west of South Main Street, Canandaigua, just north of the intersection with Routes 5 and 20. Look for the blue signs just before the turn. Your comments about this program or questions about the church are welcome at 585-396-1370 or at our website, www.canandaiguauu.org. Producer and editor, Daniel Brigham.